Hey guys, this is Jaev, and welcome back to some PSO. And yeah, we last left off. I was just running around like a crazy man. So let's pick up where we left off, shall we? Let's head over to the the Hunters Guild, and we'll grab another quest. We'll do Claiming a Stake. So we have to find this dude's father down on the planet. And since it's one of the first quests we are doing, it'll be very, very easy. So yeah, how you guys doing today? You know, I'm doing all right, pretty good myself. Let's see what this guy has to say. So I had a couple comments on my last video. I was quite happy with that. I actually wasn't sure if anybody would actually watch this or not, but people did, and that's quite humbling. I thank you for that. I appreciate it. And Johnny Mayer, I just wanted to say randomizes. See, I got that word. I know I kept screwing it up the last one, but it is randomizes, and I will not forget that word. I promise you that. I promise you that to now, anyways. Let's see. I don't think I can feed the mag yet. Let's talk about mags for a second. I went over them briefly in the first episode. So as I mentioned before, these things are basically like big Tamagotchis on steroids, and you feed them. Ours is at level 7 right now. So Synchro, you can have it up to 120%, I think is the max, and that fills up a little bar. We don't get access to that quite yet, but we will eventually. And IQ is how smart your mag is, and the max number of that is 200, I believe. And the higher the IQ, the more special stuff he can do. Like randomly when you go into boss battles, he can buff you, or if you die, there's a small chance that he can revive you. And some other cool stuff he can do, like make you invulnerable for a minute. And defense power, dex mind is the corresponding stats. For every point in defense you get a point in defense. Power, every point in power you get 2 attack power. And every 2 into dex you get 1 accuracy. And mind, I cannot remember because I always play an android. I never worry about mind. So we'll start out by murdering these rabbies. Well, not quite murdering because they get up eventually. So I don't feel quite so bad. Boombas, or Booma. I always call them Boombas for some reason. I think the later evolved ones are called Moombas, or Giga Boombas, or something weird. Just mosey on along and slay some guys. And I got a comment from my good friend Blind Man's World. He was asking about the online and how it worked out a little bit, and it was fairly popular. I know it was at least 10,000 people were playing this, which is a pretty good number considering this is the first ever like online console RPG, like ever. Who's this guy? This is the guy we're supposed to find. So he wants us to find 3 capsules before he will return back to the ship with us. So that is our mission. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. At any given time there was over 10,000 people. I think the max was 30,000, but I could be wrong. And it was a fairly cool online experience. 4 people to a party. You would you'd run around with your avatar like I am in the main ship lobbies, and each ship counted kind of like a server. And I think it was like 1,500 people max on a server. So you could have a lot of people running around. And then you would go up to the front desk and create a room, and every room you were in was basically like where we just started on the Pioneer 2 ship. So that was pretty cool. You could have private rooms, pass locked, and you had open lobbies, open rooms. And there was actually a system. Let's go into my thingy, my inventory. Under chat and guild, where is it? Guild card. And you could actually, this is your card, you'd send it to other people, you can send it to the lobbies, you can, write stuff all over it. Bacon! But that's basically how the friends list would work. Just send cards. And we got our first capsule. 1 down, 2 to go. But you know, it's pretty cool. It's shut down, I think, in like 2005. I did a little bit of research, but I can't remember. The servers did. But now I've heard you can actually hop onto like private servers, which sounds freaking awesome. I really need to check that out. And I think there's only a couple hundred people that actually still play this now on the private servers. But to be able to play this online again would be, I mean, it would be beyond awesome. I've probably put in over 1,500 hours at least on this game. And online, there's a bunch of downloadable only quests you can grab. I mean, this game was ahead of its time on the Dreamcast. There was a PvP online. It kind of sucked, but hey, it was there. Because the hitboxes are really weird in this game. Like, if you notice, sometimes I get knocked down, and then you have all that invincibility frames. Well, imagine that online in like a free-for-all. It was just kind of a mess. And there was something called C mode or challenge mode, and that was probably one of the funnest things I've ever played, like on an online RPG. It was basically you had 10. Let's see, how do I put this? You had 10 kind of maps you had to beat, and you start like the first map. You start in the forest here that I'm in, level 1, no items, no nothing, and you basically could only use what you find. And if you died, then you know that's it. You're out. And you had to basically work together as a team of 4. You could beat, I think, the first one with like 2 people, but the later ones you had to have a full party. And you had to communicate because there was like switches on timers and all sorts of crazy crap. But it was pretty awesome. And if you beat it under par, I think par was like an hour. Like altogether, it just adds up your times. Like this first course would probably take you like 7 minutes to beat. Second course maybe 11. But I think par was like under an hour and 20 minutes. And if you did that on that character, you would receive a super awesome S rank weapon. And I think it was gold. Like my photon saber thing that I have right now is green, but it was like I think it was gold. And you can grind the hell out of it, like increase its attack power because it would start out weak. If you remember, I got those die grinders, and I got a die grinder in the first level, and it would make your weapon stronger. And let's see, let me go into my saber. You see how it's there's no stars? Well, the S rank weapons would be like completely maxed out with stars. Like these things were awesome weapons, and you can actually give them special properties like the ability to light them on fire or paralyze. They're pretty cool weapons. And what was really cool was you could name them. You could actually name your own weapon. And when you're playing online, if you traded that weapon or let your buddy borrow it, it would keep that name. So it was pretty awesome. I've only beaten C mode once on the original Dreamcast because that thing is as hard as balls. And I picked up actually a shotgun, and this shotgun was usable by any class really. It was a pretty controversial weapon at the time. It was called the original one was called the spread needle. So it was basically a shotgun that shoots needles out in a huge pattern, and it was just powerful as hell. But I got my S rank spread needle, and I named it Cheese Needle, which I thought was it's kind of funny. If I'd like to one day get another Dreamcast, and maybe I'll boot up my characters because I think I still have. Maybe I'll show off some of my cool crap I got. And I think that was the last capsule. But yeah, no. Back to my original point. Online it was amazing. First time I ever played something like that. Well, I did play a little bit of EverQuest, but I really sucked at it. But this thing you can just throw in and play for a few hours, and it's kind of like an MMO light, really. And I think I said earlier it was like $9 a month or something crazy. Now that I think about it, I tried to look this up too, but I came up short. I think it was like $12 for 3 months. You had to buy them in like 3-month blocks. And I also read in Japan, when Phantasy Star Online first came out, the version 2, where you actually had to pay. The producer of the game, like the guy that basically thought up this whole concept, he actually paid for whoever wanted to play online the very first year was completely free, and he paid it out of his own pocket. So that sounds pretty awesome. And I think we can feed our mag now, so I'm going to go ahead and just feed him strength items, get him a little bit stronger. I'm not too worried about synchro and IQ right now. But at level 10 he is actually going to evolve into another mag. And can you go home yet? What? I'm missing one. Damn it. Okay, I think, is it on our map? No, I have an idea where it's at though. I think it's in here to the left. Or straight ahead, I mean. But, yeah, Blind Man, you can, you know, you can play offline all you want still. That's what this mode is right now. And you can actually do offline multiplayer. And it'll split screen, so if you got 2 people, it'll split in half. And you can have up to 4, actually. It gets kind of hard to see, so you really need to play it on a big screen. But I've had up to 4 people playing this GameCube version. You couldn't play offline split screen on the Dreamcast, which sucks because there was no way to transfer items amongst your characters. You had to basically go online and talk to one of your buddies and say, hey, can you hang out in this lobby real quick? I'm going to drop a bunch of items for another guy, and then log off, log back on. Kind of like Diablo 2. Oops, I don't want to deposit. So let's go ahead and turn this in. And it's nice, I saw another fellow PSO addict, Mr. Red X Rain 3. Right on, dude. If I ever figure out how to get this online, I wouldn't mind playing with some people. So I'm wondering, do you still have the game, or is this just kind of, did you play it on Dreamcast or GameCube? You know, if you're watching this. So let's see, we are done with that quest. And let's pick up the last one, the last little training quest. Retrieve an item that were stolen on Raggle. Okay. I think that's how you pronounce it, Raggle. Raggle. Ragu. Okay, we're gonna pick up some items for this greedy merchant that is on the planet in the forest. And we're kind of close to leveling. And sometimes when you pick up missions, there'll be new NPCs in the town. And we find out that this guy wants us to pick up mags for him. And this guy, damn it. And this guy is a little concerned because mags are actually like, they're living organisms almost that were created in a lab, and hunters are given them as like an initiation rite when they become a hunter. So he's like, I don't really want to help this greedy ass merchant out. Because usually if you find a mag on the ground, that storyline wise, that means, you know, a hunter died and that's his old mag. But in the game, 99% of the time, if you find a mag on the ground, it'll be a starting mag, you know, level 5. But they are in different colors, and depending on which costume you pick in the beginning, you can have a different color mag. Like this one's black because it's an obvious darker costume. Picked up a Barda. That is how we learn spells, but since we are an android, it is worthless to us. See what's in these boxes. Oh, I love smashing boxes. Boxes. Even though it's usually junk. Can't feed the mag yet. Usually it's every 3 minutes. Let's see what I got item-wise. I know I picked up a lot of stuff. Picked up a lot of handguns. And I got this one. Let's show off some traps. Ooh, I got a shield. I forgot about that when I was going on one of my rants. Yeah, so you can't use it. There's an X. But it would Barda is actually the ice spell. Alright, so traps. First we will show off the damage trap. They're alright. Damage traps, I usually use them for taking out those mosquitoes. But the best way is to use one and then shoot it with a gun. let's see, what do we got over here? We'll use a confuse trap. And if you wait long enough, they'll automatically detonate. Let's see if it'll work. And you can get a whole group of them just fighting each other. And sometimes, after it wears off, I didn't do too good of a job because I only got one of them. But after it wears off, sometimes they'll still continue beating on each other because they're all pissed off, which is kind of funny. Ooh, got a die grinder. And last, we have the most useful trap, freeze trap. Look at that. And when you freeze them, their evade goes way down. And you can basically just wail on them for a while. And we haven't gotten any cool weapons yet. Obviously, it's, you know, the beginning, opening level, so can't expect too much. But eventually, I believe in Forest 2, we will find something new, and that is a set of daggers. Those have a chance to drop. And those are pretty neat. They are two-handed, or one in each hand, I should say. I'm going to switch back to the saber. Melee is so much more fun and rewarding. Wow. Gotta get up close, get my ass kicked. I see my shield is doing its job. There we go. It's way easier to open boxes with handguns though. But we'll find some daggers, and we'll find some rifles too, but we can't equip those. Unfortunately, rifles are ranger only items. Kind of like halfway between a sniper rifle and a regular rifle. Can't really aim up. You can't really aim in aim mode though, like in a first-person shooter. So you got to get creative. And who do we have here? We have another Rakkasil. Not another one. We have a Rakkasil. And she's looking for a mag. And I believe this is the hunter, or the ranger that the first guy hired to find the mags. And it looks like she's going to join us for a little bit. And she's actually holding a rifle. And I was considering rolling one of those Rakkasils just to be a little different because I'm so used to being a hunter, but I think melee is a little bit more interesting. And then we're going to do some backstory. I'll go kind of slow. If you're really curious, you can pause it. But she feels bad because, you know, mags are alive. Sort of. Good old Eleanor. Yeah, I like how the androids in this game have like their own, you know, they think for themselves. And it's almost like a whole nother race. She's kicking some ass. The NPCs have quite high stats. She's actually... Well, maybe they don't because she's at level 12, but she's doing the same amount of damage as me. I take that back. Because the NPCs don't use mags, so they don't have their stats artificially boosted. And speaking of which, I'm sure I can feed him now. Munch, munch, munch. Munch, munch, munch. Ah, damn it, he interrupted me. Yes, I know my mag is hungry. Whoa, nice shot. Okay, one more. We'll pick up some more monomate. And I think I already mentioned before, but monomates are the healing items, healing potions of the game. And mono fluid is the stuff that recovers your technique points that we have 0 of. And another cool thing about, oh thank you, about androids is I cannot be poisoned or paralyzed. However, I can be, if I get hit with electricity, it will paralyze me with a shock, so I'll be shocked. But it's basically the same as paralysis. And where the hell am I going? Let's see. Check my map. Ooh, I think I know where we're going. And they have inner trap vision, so if there's some random enemy traps around, I can actually see them. I don't have to use a trap vision item, which is nice. That alone's worth it to me. I have not read these in so long. It's all new to me. I don't think I've really read anything storyline-wise. Ooh, we got Escape Doll. Storyline-wise in the GameCube one. I usually just, you know, skip through everything. And a Moon Autonomizer. That will revive your teammates, but since we are offline, it will do nothing for us. And that Escape Doll we picked up, you're only allowed to carry one at a time. If another one drops, you can't pick it up. I think. I could be wrong. But what it does is, if you die, it'll basically revive you at full health. So it is very nice to hang on to. They are kind of rare. But I'm going to try to have one on at all times. And she's basically giving you a mag tutorial. So once our mag evolves, it'll gain a special attack, which is unique to... There's only, I think, 5 or 6 special attacks in the game, and your mag can only learn 3 at a time, and you cannot unlearn them. And where the heck am I going? That's back to the ship. We don't want to go that way. Man, it's been a while since I played this. And I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to finding the mag, because I don't want to bore you guys. Okay, I think I figured it out. It was actually in near the beginning here. For some reason, it's hanging out in this little stream right here. All I had to do was, you know, walk forward another 20 feet. And we have our mag. Gotcha missing mag. And she's talking to it. I will take care of my mag. Speaking of which, it is time to feed the mag. And I believe he's going to evolve into a Varuna. And we got the Farla Blast, Photon Blast. And once they evolve, it actually takes longer to feed him, because different items now do different things for him. Monomates might not even be the best idea now. You'll even have a mag. Okay, back to the ship. Yeah, I didn't want to just keep rambling on and wandering around. It wasn't too interesting. So we will return this guy's mag? What? It's a really weird story. And we got our 500 Meseta. And I think all that's left, I think I'm just gonna do some inventory management and shopping, sell all my stuff off. I'll show the shops and stuff off, just so I've done it at least once. I'll probably cut that out of my videos, you know, or do it before I start recording. So yeah, as I mentioned before, this guy identifies, much like Deckard came from Diablo. And fun fact, I was researching this a little bit, and Diablo was the inspiration, or one of the inspirations for this game. And that's why they have, you know, the identify, and all the loot you find is random. Which is kind of cool, you know, town portals, teleport pipes. So anyways, let's organize the inventory. Let's see what we got here. So we will keep this handgun right here. I want that 25% native. The attack power will always stay the same unless it's grinded. And we'll equip this. This is a little bit better. Keep that one. Definitely keep that one. Yeah. And most of this crap I'm going to sell. I will put that escape doll in the bank until I need it, because if another one drops, I don't think I'll be able to pick it up. It'll just say, "Arr." So we'll keep that handgun. Get rid of the Barda. Get rid of all the monofluid. We'll hang on to the anti-paralysis and the moon autonomizers, so I can actually feed them to the mag. And I will check a guide to see the best things to feed mags. So yeah, here's the spells. Resta is a healing spell, your basic cure spell. Anti is basically your all-around remove stats effects like poison, paralysis. Well, I can't use it in paralysis. But at higher levels, Resta and Anti will actually work on your party members. Zond is a lightning bolt, and Foe is fireball. And yeah, see, this is trap vision that you got to use if you're not an android. Fun times, fun times. So let's see, we can get some armor. We are at level 4 now. And let's see on the right level, you actually need to be at certain levels to use some of this stuff. Like we got to be 19 to use the solid frame. But that's to prevent, you know, completely twinking out your guys and ruining all the challenge. So I'm not going to buy anything in the armor shop. Let's check out the weapon shop. An Ice Saber, that's our first weapon with a special property. So you can, if you use it special attack, you have a chance to freeze enemies. Kind of like with the freeze trap. But since it's only ice, there's 4 levels. I can't remember what they are, but I know ice is the lowest. And the higher level you have is the more, you know, the better chance you have at freezing. Like it goes like ice, cold, frost, glacier, you know, like that. And same with heart. This one steals technique points from your enemy, and you can use it to recharge yourself, which is cool. Canes are for forces only. And we can buy a dagger. I don't think I am going to. I'm going to wait until we find one that drops. So we might be able to feed our mag again. Nope, not yet. So you see in the top left, that little red gem. Around that is a bar, and that bar will slowly fill up as we take damage. And that will basically be our ultimate attack kind of thing. Our limit break almost. But it'll involve our mag. And there's a couple different you can find. There's one that like buffs you, attack up, defense up, which I might try to go for on this tune because she cannot cast techniques. There's one that does like a linear kind of charge move, everybody in the way. There's one that hits everybody on the screen. So, certain mags get them. So now that we did the first 3, it opens up the rest of these. So we will start hammering them down next episode of Jaev Plays PSO. And we can download quests. We have no download quests on my memory card though, sadly. I don't know if they ever released any for the US release of PSO on the GameCube. Can I feed my mag one more time? Yes. Let's try anti-paralysis. And yes, you can actually lose. Well, that's not bad. You can actually lose points if you feed them the wrong thing. So I'll have a look-see on the old internets, see what Bruno wants to eat. Maybe I'll try to evolve him a certain way. And depending on like stats, like for example, maybe if this guy had a power of 30 and a dex of 30, he might evolve into a certain form. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. But maybe I'll worry about the fun stuff later. So with that, I'm going to call this an episode. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time, guys. Oh, we got to do this too. I got to remember to do this.